Alright, so I just made a video of the... I'm going to sneeze now. Okay? Maybe? Ah, pardon me. Alright, so I just made a video of... I didn't publish it yet, of the print. So if you saw the previous videos, to make the rivet movable tool, which you see here. And do I show rivets on this sheet? I don't. Well, anyway, those plastic automotive rivets. Yeah, so I printed this tool in nylon, and I couldn't separate them, which wasn't a big surprise. And so, but I ended up tearing it in half and broke this piece, and I thought it was junk, and I said I'm just going to tear it in half. But then I realized, so I used my soldering iron, I put it back together, and it worked. And so I was going to call it good enough, but I don't know how durable it's going to be. And so I decided to make a couple fine adjustments and reprint it. And so that's what I'm going to do right here. So it shouldn't take me very long. So I'll open the file here, and I'm going to I'm just going to hit save. I'm going to go Alt FA for save as, and it's sort of by date modified. And so I grab it and hold Control, and that copies a copy of it. So that's a backup copy. Quick way to make backup copies that I like to use. I think I'm going to make this a little thicker, and then put angles on the ends here, or even just trim the ends manually, as I just did. Okay, so how much thicker? Let's roll back to here, and let's roll back to okay, let's show this guy. So I made it 0.31, 5/16. I mean, I'm tempted to go 3/8, maybe even more though. Like I could go 7/16. Let's say I do that. And like I say, I can trim the tips after. It's going to use up significantly more material, but it's a little flimsier than I wanted, so I just increased it a little bit there. And I'm also going to adjust this a bit to give it a little more gap here. And I think that still works. Where does my hinge end up relative to that now? I don't want it exploded. Let's just suppress these. And so, yeah, it's a little better. And plenty far away from the hinge. Okay. I'm actually going to make the hinge a little smaller. The hinge size is way overkill. I mean, like, way overkill. So let's go into here and edit that a little bit. And so, okay, I dimensioned it this way. I mean, that ought to be plenty of hinge. And the more overlap I give this, the harder it is going to be to break it free. So I'm not going to add to the overlap. This should be automatically lined up. Yes. Moved parametrically with the rest. And so now, that's a bit better. I'm going to increase my various gaps. So I did 20 thousandths here just because that's what I do with PLA. But being nylon, it could benefit from a little more. I also probably should have done more cooling and more retraction. It seems to ooze quite a bit. And I'll lower the temperatures, I think. I don't need it to be super strong. I want it to be able to break apart without destroying it. That's what happened on the last one. So 0.01, 20 thou. I mean, if I go 0.017, because if you go too much of a gap, then it can just get really sloppy printing. But a little more gap, it's probably going to be fine. And so I need to also do that with this. So this is going to be 0.034. I'm just going to assume that that's a good number. The 0.017 times 2. And this guy, I remember, okay, that won't matter because of that. Okay. And so if I go back to here, I need to, this move face. So I did 0.02, and I want to do 0.034. same numbers we were talking about. So now I've just increased all of my gaps significantly. Should help greatly to allow me to separate these surfaces. And I have to do similar down here. There should be another move faces, but more interestingly, the scale, because I scaled this way down here. So I'm going to scale it down. I'm actually going to not even. I'm going to suppress the scale. I think I want it just the same size as up there. It will probably be about ideal. And maybe I'll scale them down a little bit. I will scale them down a little bit. I'm going to unsuppress that and unsuppress that. Why does that look like it's suppressed? It's not suppressed, but it looks like it, but it's not. Is it like invisible? So, okay. Oh, I hid it. That's all it was, hidden. All right, so I'm going to change this from 0.33 to, let's say, 0.66. 0.66. I didn't do a sound check. Hopefully this is recording. I think so. It looks like the mic is on. It's recording. It worked yesterday. Let's pretend it's going to work. All right, and then this move face, again, I need to change from 0.0. What is this? 0.05. Oh, that's because of the scaling. So instead of 0.05, what was this was 0.07, 0.04, 0.07, and so 2/3 of that is going to be, oh geez, that's tricky math. 7 divided by 3 is going to be 2.3, and so 0.046 instead of what? Oh, I was thinking before that it was 0.075, and I did 0.05. I want to make it the 0.075, and then the 0.0. So now the 0.05 is correct. If you didn't follow that, watch it a few times. Maybe it'll make sense. I don't try to explain it again. It just would be a waste of time. And then this move face needs to change to 034 from 02. Okay. And if I should roll to the end, that really should cover everything. All of the changes, except for, like I say, I might want to angle these right from the start rather than having to trim them. I think it'd be easier to just trim them. It's going to be easier to just trim them after. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change these angles a little bit, though. Is this the first one? It is. Let's roll back to before this. I am going to edit this sketch a little bit. Ah, yes, definitely, because I want this to be sharper. I want that to be 0.02. I'm going to make this tangent. And I can make this tangent, I think. Ah, didn't like that. No, okay, I don't have to make that tangent. But this guy, instead of this angle, I'll just make this angle driven, I guess, for now. And I'm just going to make this horizontal, just to give it a little more strength. This is pretty wimpy. I hope this angle isn't problematic on some of the locations on the Kawasaki. I think it could be. Can I bring this in at all? Oh, nice. That's kind of what I was thinking of doing anyway, as far as changing the angle of this. Made this diameter a little smaller. Is this? Okay, that is concentric to there. This one is not, but I'm fine with that. And let's see if I go straight on. This is bigger than it needs to be. What if I do this? What if I go 0.38? I mean, even if I do a larger piece, I can open them further than this. So this is going to be the Kawasaki. There were a few places where it was in sort of deep and hole. So I think making this diameter smaller can help. Can I do it more? That might be pretty good. Let's see how this looks. Interesting. Uh-oh, I broke it. I was afraid of that. What did I break? Why does it look like this feature's missing? I'm going to open my backup copy and see. I mean, did I? No, I guess it looks like. Let's roll back to before here. And this guy's the cut extrude 1. Oops. Cut extrude 1. Why did it not seem to? Oh, it's not big enough. Yeah, okay, good. Because I wanted to change that anyway. I want to bring this. I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to delete this just in case they wreak havoc. I don't think so. If let's say I fix this guy, can I make this go radial? Huh. Okay. I thought for some reason I thought it might resist me. And this, I am going to change this. I'm going to make this. Like so. That is my laundry timer. I'm just going to restart that. And so, this could actually be pretty good. And what is this gap? Oh, this gap is very arbitrary. Right? This gap doesn't have to be arbitrary. Oh, no, it's not arbitrary. It's 0.03. I'm going to call it 0.04. I know I made 0.034 on the other ones, but that's a different situation. That's a vertical gap. This is a radial horizontal gap, which is not critical to bonding or not. Okay. So it looks good. I should put a slot in here to allow me to put a screwdriver in it. That is actually a decent idea. I'm going to rewind, roll back, I should say. Roll back. Did I mirror for that? Yeah, so that's going to be this mirror. So I go back to here. But I should also do it here. I'm just going to do both in the same shot. I'm going to put a line. I'm going to say midpoint concentric. And I'll put another line here. And midpoint concentric. Okay. Same difference. And let's make that a little smaller. That one's probably good. A little smaller. Alright, and then I'm going to extrude cut. And thin feature, mid-plane, mid-plane. And auto fillet corners. And, I mean, 0.2 inches, that's just wider than it needs to be. Let's say 0.0. See, if you do a mid-plane on the thin feature, no, okay, never mind. Mid-plane, okay, so that's 0.1. Let's call it 0.06, 0.075. Should allow me to get a pretty good screwdriver in there. I thought it was going to auto fillet features. So it's 0.075, auto fillet corners, oh, it's too big. 0.03 would be nice. Why did that not work? autofill corners, 0.03. Why would that not work? Alrighty then. Plus I want it much deeper anyway. Just go right through, huh? And ooh, no, I don't want to go all the way through. And but I do I guess I don't need those radius, but I do want to make the lines a little longer. Show. Okay. Just to help me break those free. The screwdriver should help. Maybe I do want a little wider. Let's see, 0.1. Okay, and then I mirror it, and then I combine it, and then I do that extrude, and after that I just want to add some reinforcement to that. So I find that if I put a sketch on here and then I just put some lines, yeah, I'm just going to put a line here, and then I'm going to offset it like a millimeter, 0.04. What did that, did I not offset it? Offset 0.04. Why it's going 0.00? I don't know why. So I won't use the numpad. Something like that. Ah, my favorite text notification. And give myself a line to mirror by, and mirror that. And what? Mirror? Why doesn't it like that? And if I grab those in this line and then say mirror, why would it? Is that concentric? Let's see. Display delete. Offset distance. I don't know. Doesn't like the. Okay, whatever. I'm fine with that. Okay, and then I go extrude cut, and I say thin, and I say 1,000th. So now it's going to put reinforcement down through these pins, and this one doesn't count because it's not attached, and because the spring was breaking off before. And so select the bodies, it'll be just this one. Did I not go deep enough? I did it again. And so I'll just do this and this. Right? And I want to make the spring thicker. .19, 0.34. That ought to do. Yeah. 0.44. That ought to do better. Alright. I wonder if how this will work. I could actually join this to this guy, and it might increase that would increase the springiness. That would. So this guy, I'm going to edit the sketch. do that, rebuild, and that joins it. And I'm going to add these lines up there. And so I'm going to Control C, Control V, and then move, and then put that about here, and then rebuild. And it's funny, I was like, it should work. Why is it saying it's not going to work? And then it did work, so whatever. Okay. And this fillet broke. I'll replace it. Yes, this guy. That's what I was expecting. And this fillet broke. And it was, why did it break? This is circular. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. I almost want this shallower, but I already made it thinner, so that may be sufficient. No, I'm just going to leave that broken, and I am going to edit this sketch. I'm just going to make this a little shallower. So right now, it's 50. I'm going to go like 35. 60. Yeah, I like that better. Hopefully it's strong enough. Ooh, I hope I'm not looking for trouble. I'm going to, instead of that straight line, I'm going to pick an arc. Make that construction. Trim that. And this should be concentric around here. So that way it's not going to interfere with things. That is so flimsy. It's going to be strong enough. It's going to be strong enough. It's going to wedge in there. Don't know if it's... It's probably good. I want to make this 55 instead. That should be good. Because if I really push down on it, that's going to deflect. All right, so I think we're good. I think this redesign here should work out nicely. My ergonomic edge radii seem all happy. What happened to this guy? What is this supposed to be? Oh, it gave me one of them. Okay. That means they're going to let me do them both now? 0.01. Okay, I'll do that. I like that. Nice and sharp. I think that might be good. I'm no longer over. My spring is no longer ideally positioned to not need supports. Let's revisit that a little bit. I could go elliptical, or I could just do a spline. Let's make that construction. Let's put a line here, horizontal. And I'll create a spline. I'm going to save this because sometimes splines lock up my software. Create a spline. And control points. I forgot I was going to make this tangent. And so now that's mostly, but not quite over it. So now you can see with the preview, the spring is over the rest of it. And so that should work out pretty well. And if I rebuild, I lost my defining point where that goes. That was concentric to what? Is that supposed to be? No. Let's see the other part, how it worked. Okay, so this should be a move body. This one? Yeah. Okay, did I? Oh, okay. That's why. Okay, the boss extrude 2 is now out of position. So I just need to repair boss extrude 2 and then I should be fine. Yeah, holy cow. It's very angry. Display relations, delete those two. And that guy, okay, that guy is already there. But this guy. And here, coincidence. Should take care of that. And similarly here. That and that. And coincident. Rebuild. That should fix my woes. And it didn't. Why didn't it? What am I missing? Did I do the wrong? Huh. That's odd. Okay. That's fine. I will rebuild it. And I can't see that sketch. Show that one. I think I have nylon all over my fingers, and it's going to rub my eye. And I'm like, I don't know if that's going to hurt my eye. Okay, so now I just need to redefine this guy to be to the correct circle. I don't know why it swapped those circles, so it's very odd. I messed that up. Edit feature. That edge to this edge. It's not right, it's this edge. Add, done, roll to end. Oh, the mirror is broken because I made this with a different curve. So I'll mirror that. That's a little goofy here, but it's fine. I'll move it, I guess. And move entities. Rebuild. Exit. And shut off sketches. And this is looking like it's going to be awesome. Now for a bigger rivet, I probably want these further apart, but I don't have a bigger rivet. Both, all three machines I intend to be working on use this size rivet, so I should be fine. And like I said, I can open it further if I really want. Alright, let's, I lost a fillet up there, but I don't care. I really don't care. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it as a step file. So 18A. I'm going to open Creality print slicer. second. Here it comes. And it doesn't need to be maximized. And gratuitous shot of Godzilla. He's a good kitty. He's still around. He's 13 or so. These both, actually, these are both, like this one's this week. This one is, I don't know, a couple months ago or so, over the summer. Anyway, back to Creality Print Slicer. And open the file. Clients. Step file type. Pliers B. And did I wonder if it saved? Okay, it saved my temperatures. I'm happy about that. Although I'm going to bring it down because it was just too stringy. So it says it recommends 250 to 270. I'm going to bring it right down to, well, I am printing fast. Printing at high speed, so I mean, maybe I just need to bring the speed down. But that's where's the fun in that? I'm just gonna crank up my cooling. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna crank up my cooling. All right, what is my cooling? 50, 100. Yeah, so I'm gonna say 100. And I don't know what that means. Oh. Yeah, I don't care about that. Yes. Uh, 100. Initial fan speed. Yeah, I'm fine with that. And speed. Oh, I see. And okay, looks good. Extruder. This is where I get retraction. Retraction. It looks very short. Let's call this I'll call it 3. Not even sure. I don't really know what good retraction numbers are. Let's retraction prime speed. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what that's trying to tell me. But alright, so I increased the retraction significantly, increased the cooling significantly. But temperature, I'm decreasing to, I want to say 260 because it's 250 to 270 recommended, but I'm going really fast, so I might get some under extrusion, but maybe they'll make it easier to tear apart. I could already be getting a little bit under extrusion, but I don't think so, just by the stringing. Initial print temperature, I'm going to make that 250. Final print temperature, 260. Build plate temperature, I'm going to bring it down a little bit, 40. I'll leave that at 45. To flow rate 100. Okay. No sports. Speeds. Speeds are probably okay. Infill. That's probably okay. I mean, I made the whole thing taller, which should help some to make it more rigid. I'm going to change the infill to a little less. Should I? Yeah. Although it's kind of flexible. Well, yeah, I'm going to do it. Alright. And Maybe I'll also increase my shells a little bit to compensate for that, though. Shell. Wall line count 4. Let's call that a 5. Top and bottom 6. That's probably good. I'll leave those alone. Alright. Let's slice and dice. It's Godzilla. A little side-by-side action. Fine lady in her brand new machine at the dealership. It is a beast. I like these tires. These tires are bigger than mine. Like mine's a 2018, and so they made the tires a little bigger, like an inch bigger, and a different tread style. Like in 2022, maybe. This is a 23. But yeah, I like these tires. They're pretty mean. That's not what I'm going to buy when I need tires, which is probably not this year, maybe next year. So I'm going to get some MRT tires, Kevlar lined MRT tires. My buddy's got them. He never gets flat tires. He's always bragging he never gets flat tires. And he's got a 4-seater too, so it's even a heavier load. And he never gets flat tires. Not that you can't get them with those tires, but I think they're probably a lot more resistant. All right, how's my Creality print slicer? Sliced. And 2.5 hours instead of 2 hours. That's cool. And hopefully these increased gaps and increased retraction and increased cooling will allow for much easier separation. Why do I see this but I don't see it here or here? If I slice, do I see them? Ah, that didn't take in some of the places. And that can be important. Plus I want to look at this. So the way the infill is here. See that? Look at that. That's going to break right there. That's freaking horrible. That is not good. Look at the diagonal. Cross section is non-existent. That is ridiculous. Holy cow, I'm glad I noticed that. I have to change the design. That is in my opinion, that is a flaw in the slicer design. First I'll deal with this. Oh, those didn't combine. Why did those not combine? Oh, I see. I need to add this to this. Okay. Alright, so now those will be there. And I wonder if that had something to do with that. Was it on the other ones too? Well, you can see here how this is all filled in with these. That's what those cutaways do. Alright, well I'm just going to go back to here. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to resave this as step file. And 18A, yes. And go back to here and open and step file. And 18A. And slice. So I wonder if that, I should have checked that before I deleted the other one. I started to and then I sort of forgot what I was checking. I checked something else instead. I wonder if it was because that was two bodies overlapping there, why that was goofy, but I don't think so. But I should be able to tell by here because this is off center this way. So what I'm talking about is where it transitions to that right there. Yeah, look at that. So there's like nothing here. Nothing. This tiny little bit of infill between this layer. You can see the outer perimeter of this sort of pivot pin. And then if I go to the shoulder for it, this is hollow right there. This is like barely even attached. That's horrible. Now luckily I have this all here holding it attached, so it's going to be fine because I did this, and that's why I did this. But I didn't think this would be that bad. No wonder why that could easily yeah, it did break off on very easily. That pin, the spring broke off on both ends very easily. And this guy, did this not? Huh. Why did it only go that deep? That seems to be two different bodies. Oh, again, I didn't have it join enough bodies. Alright, now it's all one body. Do that again. Although, I am going to edit this a little bit. That's actually too far. That looks good. Except why is there two lines there? That was weird. I'm going to offset this guy. I'm going to offset this guy. And again this guy. And one more time for good measure. And one more time for good measure. Alright, now I rebuild. Now, that was going to be rigid. But again, here, up here, it's going to be shitty. That's not a nice word. But it is what it is. It is going to be like that. I should bring those lines. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to bring those lines up. Changing the mind. Trim. I know I'm staggering these. I'm doing it on purpose because I want each line to be a little different so there's not a straight seam. Alright. That should be pretty good. And so now I will save it as a step file again. And 18A, replace, yes. And, no, wrong program. Prepare, delete, open. File type, step, 18A. Opening. Slice. Slicing. Should be better. I'm getting hungry. Hockey game tonight at 8 o'clock, so I should eat at like 5, which means I should eat at like 1, and it is 12:48, and I am hungry. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be nice and strong. Nice solid pin. So that should behave much better for breaking apart. Why is it? Okay. Alright. Export to local. And D. 18A. I'm going to add the PA because it's nylon. So I'll know later. PA. And OK. And eject. Why did it not? Oh, there it is. Ejected. Alright, so stay tuned. We're going to make the Rivet tool, Godzilla approved Rivet tool for the Can-Am Maverick X3 and the Kawasaki KRX. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, share, comment.